Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Are we live? Check 1 2 1 2. Are we live? I believe we are live. What is going on, Eagle Nation? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today I wanted to get on here live with you. It's what we would call a football Friday if the season was here. And it's not here. There's 51 days until Eagles legit football, but there's less than 5 days until training camp, and we all know that's where it starts. For the people that love the intro, to let the notification gang get in here, play the intro.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Shout out to Notification Gang. Y'all be in here rocking Trey, Sora, Some Black Ninja, Twisted Death, Steve-O, Ethan, Mississippi, Texas, Bird Gang, Go Birds from the 215, Miss Ash, channel member in the building, Darius, Eagles Playbook Podcast, Mark S. Shout out to y'all. If you are watching this on a rerun and you're not here live with us, you got to fix that so you could be here live. But help your boy out. Hit that like button if you are in here or watching on the playback. Subscribe, ding the bell so you one of the people I just named. Every name I spit off has notifications on, or they just got lucky that they caught me live early. Let's talk about it. The best storylines going into the 2023 training camp. And again, not every fan base is as hyped for training camp like Eagle Nation, because we take football to another level. We are ride or die fans. We are giving our teams props when they deserve it. We are dissecting what goes wrong when something goes wrong. And at the end of the day, we consume all types of content, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, whether it's Madden ratings in the late part of July or the training camp itself. But there's some great storylines coming in to this year's camp. Not just the players. WIP try to start a new narrative, or not a new narrative, but I haven't heard this throughout the season. I didn't hear this post-Super Bowl. I didn't hear this in OTAs. But Richie John has the audacity to talk about Nick Sirianni. He ain't proved nothing yet? What do you mean he ain't proved nothing yet? What are you talking about? Let's look at this real quick. Move the chat over. WIP Morning Show. The jury is still out on Nick Sirianni. We watched our coach get his pants coached off by the guy on the other side during the Super Bowl. Richie John isn't sold on the Eagles head coach yet. What? He took a offense with guys other than Devontae Smith, right? Like, making the playoffs his rookie head coaching season with a Jalen Hurts who had some high ups but had some downs, had Jalen Reagor as a number 2, dealt with some injuries on the defensive side, had guys like Anthony Harris, Eric Wilson, Alex Sink. Like, come on. The fact of the matter is, Nick Sirianni got outcoached by one of the best coaches in the game. And if you really want to look at it, he didn't get outcoached. The dude put up 35 points in the Super Bowl, the most ever in a loss. The coach that got outcoached ain't on the team no more. It was clearly the defensive coach and Jonathan Gannon. How can anybody get on a radio show and literally say, I'm not sure if Nick Sirianni's the guy? We should be talking about extending Nick Sirianni. It's 2 years, but I seen it. Y'all know one of my favorite sayings, and actually, y'all been in the comment section like, bro, Mike, you're slipping up. You're not playing it anymore. So here it is.
Love is everywhere.
We love the flower girl. John Richie John listen, how can you question him because he lost the Super Bowl by 3 to Andy Reid, one of the greatest coaches of all times? Andy Reid coaches against Jonathan Gannon. Nick Sirianni coaches against Spagnuolo. And he's not even the play caller, but he still makes the game plan them 2 weeks waiting to the Super Bowl. So the fact that WIP, a couple days until training camp, is really talking about, I'm not sold on Nick Sirianni, is crazy. Absolute craziness to me. I think we got to talk about some of these competition battles, right? A lot to be talked about. But if we're talking about head coach Nick Sirianni, the jury's not out yet. I mean, you're just talking in a microphone at this point. T. Jones in the building. Let's go, Birds. What's up, Philly Mike? What's going on? Fiction said John Ritchie. Thank you for correcting me. Mikey T said, what's going on? We chilling, talking Birds. Tim G, welcome to Philly Talk 24/7. Appreciate you for joining channel memberships. But what is y'all take in the comment section, or in the chat, I should say, as it pertains to John Ritchie really saying that he's not sure if Nick Sirianni is the guy going forward? I think Nick Sirianni proved a lot. It's not that easy to just give up play calling, right? Like, just because he couldn't get it done at that moment don't mean he'll never be able to do it again. Most of the designs and the draw-ups of the play are a collaboration. Like, Shane called them when they were called, but Nick Sirianni's coming up with the game plan for sure. He's an offensive-minded coach. We've heard Kelsey talk about Nick Sirianni and what he draws up and how he looks at the game and the spacing he gets for these guys and blah, blah, blah. Diamond Crew said it's laughable. I agree. Smitty said, bruh, he's a top 5 coach, right? Yeah. John Ritchie said he got outcoached by Andy Reid. We all know that was Gannon. 35 points, most points ever in a Super Bowl loss. The disrespect is crazy over there. But I got to ask y'all, before I get into some other topics, what are y'all favorite battles? Drop it in the comment section, the live chat, I should say. Let me know, what are the battles you are looking at as it pertains to Tuesday, first training camp session? The pads are on. I know we're probably all more ready for them joint practices with the Browns and the Colts, right? Deshaun Watson, he finally got an offseason to work with his guys. The Browns have some talent over there, right? Myles Garrett on the other side. We're not sacking quarterbacks, but the clock is going to be sped up for one Jalen Hurts in the pocket as they're going against the Browns. The Colts, I don't really know who's going to really push us over there, but still, iron sharpens iron. And when you're going against a different player, right, an opposing team that is not your homie, your dog, you're still going to show out. So I can't wait to see all that. Tyler said running back. Let's talk running back real quick. I like it. Running back, guard, Bradbury versus Brown, safety, D-line, right guard, tight end too. We going to touch on these. Shout out to y'all for giving me y'all competition battles you want to see. And there's a lot to be looked at. Not just the unknowns, but the who's taking that next step, right? Like, who's going to be a guy that we said, oh, wow. Like, could we see a Josh Sweat 11 sacks turn into 14? Could we see a Hassan Reddick 16 get close to 20? Can we see a Devontae Smith overtake wide receiver 1? Maybe not in its depth chart, maybe not on a list, but could his stats overpower an A.J. Brown? Could we see a guy? Let's head to running back real quick. We're talking about DeAndre Swift, the acquisition during the draft. We stole him from the Lions. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense checked the ball down only 3.4% of the time last year. This is going to change the game. AJ's a deep threat. Quez a deep threat. Dallas can get deep for a tight end, and we know Smitty can get deep. He's done it in the biggest of games. I still think that Super Bowl catch that was overturned was a catch anyways. if they're playing back, playing cover 4, cover 3 a lot to try to stop that deep ball, the post, the seam route, who's guarding DeAndre Swift? But when we decide to go heavy run, who's going to have the most carries? When we are beating a team 23-3 at halftime, that second half, who's going to lead the team in carries? Is the Eagles coaching staff just going to forget about a guy like Kenneth Gainwell, who was trusted in the playoffs, who performed in the playoffs, who got first downs when they needed to get first downs? Are we just going to go DeAndre Swift, home run hitter, pass catcher out the backfield, Rashad Penny up the middle? Are we going to just talk about the new acquired running backs and forget what Kenneth Gainwell brought to this team? Now, I never thought he could be a every down back, so I did think you had to add here, right? Giving Kenny 20 carries a game or using them way too much could put a toll on him for sure. But Kenneth Gainwell said it during press conference time. He believes he's going to have more carries this year than last year. He was the number 2 last year. People talk on YouTube and on the radio as if he's number 3 now. You know, Rashad Penny camp is crazy. People think he's going to be an absolute steal for the Eagles, or people think he's a possible cut candidate. Two heavy swayed opinions on the guy. But I do think that we're counting out Kenneth Gainwell too early. A little too early for sure. We going to see. Shout out to my guy, Jung Money, with the $2 super chat. E-A-G-L-E-S-E-O! My guy said, if not sold on Sirianni, then who is better? That's what I'm talking about. You're talking about the coach who ran through the NFC, gets to the Super Bowl, loses by 3. Mind you, offensive-minded coach, put up 35. That was enough to get the dub. Andy Reid outcoached Jonathan Gannon. Pat Mahomes made our defense look stupid inside the 5. 0 blitz, haha, easy. Pacheco made us look stupid. And even so, if Andy Reid was the better coach, you're talking about finishing second. You're not sold on him? Rookie coach playoffs. GM gives him a lot of tools. Super Bowl. I mean, I'm with you, Jung Money. I'm with you. Shout out to my guy, Dontello Dragon, with the $2 super chat. E-A-G-L-E-S-E-O! My guy said, Kung Fu Kenny, it's gotta be. Like I said, Kenny, Penny, they rhyme, so they got to do work this year. But I do think Penny's going to – I think the Eagles envision a true committee. Like, when it's 3rd and long, the passing game, even though Kenny could catch out the backfield, I think we brought in a guy like Swift for that reason, right? To be a chess piece. I do think they're going to draw stuff up. Brian Johnson has to already be game planning some of the things he's going to do. We got to bring back the running back screens. We got to bring back some checkdowns because it makes the defense just lose their mind. When they're playing back deep coverage packages against the Eagles because of the explosiveness of all 3 wide receivers and a tight end and Jalen Hurts' ability to extend the play, now you got the short intermediate by a guy who can't be covered by a linebacker. At all. At all. But the running back room is crazy. I envision it like this. Week 1. What? Did Rashad Penny, Kenneth Gainwell led the Eagles in carries week 1? Week 2 is Swift. Week 3 is Kenny. Week 4 is Penny. Week 5 is Swift. I could really see that. The 2 knocks on the 2 newbies is injury. So Kenny's been the littlest guy there, but the guy who said, hey, when in doubt, give me the rock. Miles Sanders fumbles, I got your back. So, I mean, he's been sturdy for the Eagles, and that is a position nobody talks about. Everybody who said right guard, for a reason. That's going to be a battle our eyes are on. Safety, real quick. Let's look at this. I want to know what y'all take is as it pertains to the safety room. And do you really think that the Eagles are adding another one? When I say another one, I mean this. Do you really think that the Eagles will literally do something? Hold on, where is it? Hold up. There it is. We talked about this on the channel. Jacob got it on the Twitter sphere, so it's easier for me to pull up. Don't be shocked if you see Kelee Ringo getting some reps at safety this year. Do you think Kelee Ringo is going to be in competition and or just spot used at the safety position? Because we already got Cindy Brown trying to fight for her spot, right? You got the young battleship, as LB would say, Blankenship. I think he has every opportunity to start. Then you got Terrell Edmunds, who people look at, old man on campus. No, Terrell Edmunds is 26 years old. I think if Terrell Edmunds does what he does in the box, blitzing, being utilized as the size weapon, helping the linebacking group that a lot of people think is the weakest link, if Terrell Edmunds helps the linebacking group, gets 2 or 3 sacks, plays the box like I think he can get a 2-3 year deal with the Eagles. So as much as I say Ringo, hey, you got the body shape, the talent, I mean the size, the speed, the athleticism to play safety. Brown, Blankenship, Terrell Edmunds, and if you end up adding Kelee Ringo, now you're talking about Camp being crazy at the safety position. You're talking about 26, 24, 23, 25, 26 and under, full competition. The 5-year vet you would think got the leg up on one, but you just never know because the Eagles under Nick Sirianni, if there's not a big contract, well, I mean, I don't know. I truly think that Nakobe Dean could have played last year, but Nakobe Dean, being young, needing to get his NFL weight right, that shoulder thing, whatever that was, during the draft period, I think was able to sit because TJ Edwards and Kaiser White did what they needed to do. I don't think it was necessarily exactly a money thing, but they didn't give anybody a reason to pull him. Ringo, you got a guy who has potential to be a future safety or corner. I do think he got some things he got to work on, but I absolutely love the upside as it pertains to Kelee Ringo. And just because I don't talk about Cindy Brown as much because he hasn't been in the spotlight, the dude was the second-rated safety in the NFL draft this year, and I can't believe we got both him and Tyler Steen back-to-back third-round picks. And how did we get that extra third-round pick? Because Jonathan Gannon sold out. We should have got more than a third-round pick or a third-round pick swap, I should say. Hold up, wait a minute, though. My guy, Lust, with the 1999 Super Chat. If this was an Eagles game right now, I'd be gearing up to take a shot. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! My guy, Lust, would be helping me pour the shot glass right now. If this was a Sunday and the Eagles were beating the New England Patriots 17-3, he dropped that. Pour it up. I can't wait to get to them. Shout out to my guy, Philly Mike from shout out to Philly Mike from Mr. Fly Eagles Fly. Definitely go check out the song on Instagram or any of the platforms you can stream music, I believe. Type in Fly Eagles Fly. Look for Lust, L-U-S-T-S with the money sign. But anyways, ready for another playoff run and Super Bowl run. We got something with Kelee Ringo, even though I would love to have Baker in I would love to have Baker in Philly Green. Think Howie got something planned? Yeah, that's the thing, right? You're talking about the upside of Brown, the upside of Blankenship, a veteran in Terrell Edmunds, the possibility of bringing Ringo in at safety, whether it's spot starts, try him out there. That makes the Buda Baker thing drift away a little bit, especially what if we see in camp? Dang, Sidney Brown, he really about that life. Or Keely Ringo, what? Just ball hawk looking like a brolic Ed Reed back there. Like, I'm not saying it's happening. And training camp is training camp. It's not the actual games, but the more and more I look at this safety room with the potential and the ability, I'm like, should we hold off? The Cardinals ain't going anywhere. Buda Baker, if not signed. Look, Buda Baker wanted out. Buda Baker flirting with the Eagles. I think the Eagles should. I'm with you, Lust. I would take Buda Baker in a heartbeat. But as we're getting to training camp, I'm thinking I'm more along the side of let's see what we got. Buda Baker ain't going anywhere special. He's expensive. We could do it, but he's expensive. There's a thing called the trade deadline. The Eagles are, I don't know, 7-1, closing on a trade deadline, but the safety position is a weak spot in the defense. Well, 7-1 Eagles. You got the 2-5, 7-1 Eagles. You got the 2-6 Cardinals. They throwing in the red flag, pun intended. And then we go ahead and make a move. I don't know. Never, ever think that Howie Roseman is just going to sit on his hands during the trade deadline. If there's something that we can upgrade, we will. We try to do it with Robert Quinn. It didn't really work out so well. But Howie ain't missing on a deadline trade back-to-back seasons. He's not doing that. Now, just to get the party started, let me know in the comment section. I want to see what the majority is here. All right, we're going to run down some things. I still want to get the majority at running back, too, after I did my soliloquy and all that. But Tyler Steen, Cam Jurgens. Tyler Steen, Cam Jurgens. When training camp is over, who got the nudge? Tyler Steen, Cam Jurgens. Now, wait. Dennis Kelly's in the mix, but I think he's more of a backup just in case. Dennis Kelly is depth at the age of 33. Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen. Big Tyler Steen. Lane Johnson likes the guard to be big. Kelsey likes Cam. So, 2 Hall of Famers. Kelsey looks like he leans toward Cam. Lane looks like he leans towards Steen. Kurt Atkins, member for 2 months, said, Kelly Green next week? We can only hope and pray, bro. We can only hope and pray, bro. Let's go. Tyler said Cam. Fly said Steen. Trey said Cam. Tiny said Steen. Cam, Steen. Cam, Steen. Steen. I don't know. I'm not tallying them, but I heard that Cam, Steen, Cam, Steen, and it does sound like it's 50-50 right now. It does sound like it's 50-50 right now between Eagle Nation. And again, Kelsey, I think both these guys respect both of these guys. An Alabama guy, Stalin knows. Stalin picked Steve for a reason. And guess what? We had back-to-back picks in the 3rd round. So us picking Tyler Steen didn't mean we were going to lose Sidney Brown. But, it's still draft order. We picked Tyler Steen 1 pick before Sidney Brown, who we all love. I know, when you got back-to-back picks, it don't really matter. But still, his draft selection will always say 1 higher. You know what I mean? And it's been pretty even. Let me know. We got Philly 500 in the building. Shout out to my guy. Hey, we got a collab. Let some training camp days go. Let's see what we see. But I definitely would love to hear from you. Philly 500 with the $4.99 super chat.
EAGLES Eagles!
Hey, this is the first time I'm streaming the whole month by myself, man. I just realized I looked on my thing. I said, I haven't streamed it over 5 weeks. What? Shout out to Philly 500. He said, yo, Mike, what up? It's time to get this season going. Howie is very good at figuring out what we need and making a trade during camp. Driscoll at right guard. That's a guy that I believe on the last call-in stream I did with LB, somebody said, what about Driscoll? You add Dennis Kelly, think he's more of a swing tackle, and he don't play guard. Dennis Kelly's a tackle. What was I even talking about? He's a swing guy anyways, backup. But Driscoll, definitely. I don't think Driscoll is not talented. I think that Driscoll has been banged up, and he hasn't had an opportunity to even get a spot in the starting lineup because we've been stacked. You're talking about Isaac Seumalo was there, right? You heard what Kelsey said about Isaac Seumalo. He's a beast. He was always the weakest link because he played with Hall of Famer here, Hall of Famer here, Hall of Famer here, Hall of Famer there. At one time, we had all pros across the board. Peters. Who was the left guard? Who was the left guard then? I can't even think. Somebody let me know in the comments section. Who's left guard? But Peters, Brooks, Kelsey, Lane. Oh, it was Seumalo. When Brandon Brooks played, Brandon Brooks was the right guard. Seumalo was the left guard. So Peters, all-pro. Kelsey, all-pro. Brooks, all-pro. Johnson, all-pro. Of course, Seumalo is going to get looked at as the worst one. Of course. But he's dang good. That's why he got paid by Pittsburgh. Peter Riley, what's going on with you? Appreciate you for tuning in. I think Steen started to pick up. After the Philly 500 super chat, we got a Cam Steen. Big body Steen said DJ, pause. Philly 500 said Driscoll. Now, I didn't give you the Driscoll option. Philly 500 throwing in a wrench in there, and I like it. But the more competition, the better. That's why Fringo is trying out a little bit at safety. It's just going to motivate Brown, Blankenship, and Edmonds to say, whoa, we already thought it was a three-way battle. Now it's a four-way battle royal. Shout out to Martin Perez with the $2 super chat.
EAGLES Eagles!
My guy said Steen is 6'8", 320. Cam is 6'3", 305. I'm taking Steen all day. And Lane did elaborate on that, right? Like at the right guard position, getting down and dirty in the run game, especially the run game, you want a mauler there, right? Lane, especially on pass pro, he got the shifty, nifty defensive end he got to work with, right? You can't be helping Cam against a D tackle if you're going against Micah Parsons, who got the bull rush, who got the speed around the quarter. He's 4'3" too, right? So Lane got his hands full with some of these quick defensive ends. He can't be helping out, lightweight Cam. But it's funny, right? Lane is a big dude. He wants a big dude. Kelsey's a little dude. He talked about the little dude. Martin Perez is right, though. Feet, leverage, balance, technique, that all comes into play for sure. But Steen definitely has the plug-and-play attributes. Can he do it? Rookie, Alabama is the closest you're going to get to the NFL as it pertains to play call-in and just atmosphere. So he could step in. Landon Dickerson, former Alabama, second-round pick, third-round pick, not too far off. But Landon Dickerson would have been a first-round pick if it wasn't for the every single year at Bama getting hurt, right? That's why we were like, what? We took an injury-prone guy? But guess what? Knock on wood. Hopefully y'all hear that so y'all don't blame me. The dude's been, by the end of this year, we could talk about him being number 2 at the guard position because I can't put him over Zach Martin, Hall of Famer for the Cowboys. But we could be talking about Landon Dickerson as the second best guard in the game. He might be there already. Stu Vision, been a member for 8 months. Shout out to my guy. He said, Jerk and Steen, I really don't care as long as they graduate from Stoutland University. No matter what, let's get it. Exactly. Whoever does get the start, whether it's Steen, Jurgens, or as Philly 500 said, Driscoll. you are graduating with a master's in Statler University. So I do think whoever wins is going to be deserving. And that's what I love about the safety battle, the right guard battle, somewhat of the running back battle, the linebacker 2 battle, all them battles. When you have multiple guys that are worthy of starting, when the chat is split down the middle, Steen, Jurgens, Penny, Kenny, Brown, Blankenship, Ringo. When you are split down, Eagle Nation, that means there's a reason. There's multiple choices that seem right. And so 2 okay guys fighting for the position, or 2 guys that you believe in fighting for the position, the best guy's going to come through. And when he does, it should make you feel that much more okay. I want to warn you guys, because the ops has been real spicy on Twitter. Elliott Shore-Parks will be doing the whole Jalen Hurts camp stats, and we know camp is camp, right? Remember D-Gun? There was a day that somebody told me that Jalen Hurts couldn't even hit. He couldn't throw a ball in the ocean. He was bad. Remember that? MVP runner-up, second team All-Pro. So what I don't want y'all to do is start running with the narrative that Jalen Hurts was a one-year runner, or don't let nobody say nothing, because if Jalen Hurts is smoking, cool. I'm going to talk about it, but it's camp. A guy like Jalen Hurts, don't let nobody say, oh, he threw a pick to Christian Ellis. Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. He's earned that from me. Now, I do want to see it more, but I have no doubt about that. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Last year, there was more critique around him, and it shouldn't be this year because of the half the fan base not being sure. Then that report came out from D-Gun, and people were going crazy. But a bad practice or 2 this year, I'm not even going to be mad at it. Not at all. I will talk about it because that is what's going on that day. But best believe, as LB has on his hat, and I still got to get one of them things, it's Hurt seasons for real. Eagles fans said 2 of the 3 sacks Martin gave up were to Fletcher. Love that. And Zach Martin is great, but Fletch be having his way with the Cowboys, although there was that one play where I think young boy Tyler Steen moved. I forgot who it was for the Cowboys, but they moved Fletch big time. It was on that Ezekiel Elliott run. It was crazy. Peter said, Mike, which Kelly Green jersey you're getting, my brother? The first one I got to get, even though I already got a fresh number 1, I think I got to get a fresh number 1. I think I got to go get Jalen Hurts' jersey first. Let me know in the chat. Let's have a little fun before we get back to the camp battles and this, that, and the third. Kelly Green drops tomorrow. It doesn't. I'm saying if. Don't kill me in the chat. If Kelly Green dropped tomorrow, what would be the first Eagles jersey you get? Whether it's a throwback or a player on the team right now, let me know. Have a little fun real quick. We hit that 33-minute mark. We're going to go about 1 hour and 15, so we got some stuff to talk about, guys. Listen, hit that like button. We need 6 more likes. 6 more likes to get to 100. We actually should be getting close to 200 likes. Y'all know how it is in here. Y'all been asking for it, too.
Flowers everywhere.
We love the flower girl. Carter, Smitty, Mulata, Hurts is going to sell out in seconds. I agree with you. Casco said, give me that number 1. Diamond Crew, Kelsey. Dontello says, Smitty. Fly Parks, Jalen Carter right now. Throwback, Reggie. Mark said, definitely Jalen Hurts, Kelly Green. Andre said, I got to get that. Ooh, that Agent Zero. Nina said, BG. Oh, reliable. Wheezy said Hurts. See, look, look, y'all know I'm a Nolan Smith guy. But I got to get that clean number 1 in Kelly. It's going to be tough. Might have to, you know what I mean? Might have to go multiple. Miss Ash said Swift. I want that. Yo, I do want a jersey that says 0. It looks fire. Mikey T, Nolan Smith. Christian said we gonna be dog. Ethan, Brandon Graham. Ryan Lee said I'm gonna get that Ryan Lee custom jersey. I am at the game. Eddie said number 1. The Green Talent said I'm going for a black and orange BG. Sheesh. Jose Serrano said throwback 99. Give me Jerome Brown. Stu Vision said, he don't call me old man Stu for a reason. I'm going that throwback Reggie White. From the 215 said, give me AJ. That 11 looks as fresh as the 1. Just add another one. David Williams said either Hurts or White. Ooh, I like it. Joseph Tyson, I'm getting a Jerome Brown jersey in Kelly. I have his jersey every possible way. Shout out to that. Whoo, Brandon coming here talking about a Cowboys jersey. Yeah, if I need to wipe I'll get a Cowboys jersey. You know what I mean? But shout out to the MVPs in the building. We got over 100 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 150. A couple more Smitties, a Carter, a Nolan Smith from E Money. I like it. The Kelly Green gonna drop eventually. I know Philly 500 is just dying for it. He's been waiting. Look, I think a lot of Eagle content creators rock with the Kelly Green. LB's talked about it. I have, but no more. The guy who's been waiting for it more than any of us is Philly 500. For real. He's really hyped for it, and I can't wait. He gonna cop a lot probably. But let's get back to these battles. Safety position. Do you think, overall, before we talk about the battle, Marcus Epps and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Now, Marcus Epps had question marks. Marcus Epps had question marks coming into the 2022 season, kind of like Reed Blankenship. Similar to a Sidney Brown. Now, see, Sidney Brown is different, though, because we have never seen Sidney Brown play in an NFL game, right? Marcus Epps in 2021 played around the same amount of time as Blankenship did in 2022. So the upside we see with Blankenship was the same thing we saw with Marcus Epps. It was a question mark, and the question was answered great. Marcus Epps played up to par throughout the whole season. He deserved the contract. Glad he got paid. He's a Raider now. Before we talk about Browns, Edmonds, Blankenship, and maybe Ringo again, because I do want to get y'all take on it. What do you rate our safety position, right? Whoever you pick, Edmonds and Brown, Edmonds and Blankenship, Edmonds and Ringo, Ringo and Brown, whoever you think it's going to be, and I'm throwing Ringo out there because there's a possibility, right? You at home watching this, because you might think it's Terrell Edmonds and Blankenship. I might think it's Terrell Edmonds and Brown. Somebody else might think it's whatever. Coming into the season, what would you grade the safety position, the starting safeties for the Eagles? Whoever you think they are, what would you grade them? A, B, C, or D? You can put a C+, a B-. Give me a letter grade for them. You don't got to tell me who your 2 starters are. Give me a letter grade. I want to see how you feel about the position in general, right? There's going to be 3 safety looks. So all 3 safeties will play. The 3rd safety on the roster will get some PT. He just won't get a lot. But what do you rate the position? The position. Starting on the field. C, B+, B+, C-, B-, C-, B-. Okay. So that CB's been thrown out a lot. I don't think there's any way we can give it an A. I agree. I'm looking at a B-, B. Now, I'm looking for in the season grades to go up. I'm looking for the in-season grade to go up. I'm looking to say by week 3, week 4, we're looking at our safety group like, hey, I like it. But I think y'all being 100% fair saying B, C. Highest we got was a B+. I ain't mad. Lowest we got was a C-. I like it. Nobody said D. Nobody said A. Nobody got too crazy low, and nobody got too crazy high. Terrell Edmunds, 5-year starter. How does he play in this defense, though? I like it. I like it. I like it. See until proven. I ain't mad at it, Dev. Next shift said B-. That's the floor. We looking good. Now, again, that's not you telling me because I don't know exactly who you think the two guys will be, but I like it because I do think it's going to be a little rotation going on, matchup centric. Oh, this team is more physical. Let's get these guys in. Well, not these guys in, but the starters are going to be the starters. But in a more physical setting, you might see more 3 safety backs or, instead of going dime and bringing in like a Greedy Williams, you bring in an extra safety for tackling purposes. Who knows? Real men don't need grades. We're talking about the position, bruh. The position. I like it. I like it. Now, before we move on, I just want to get the general consensus. Who are your 2 starters? I've asked this question before, but I think as we get closer, your changes, your answers can change. Who are your 2 starters now? Edmunds, Blankenship, Brown. You can throw Ringo in there if you want. I doubt that he learns to be a safety and beats all them out. He might get some spot starts as the big nickel in a safety-heavy package. I don't think there's any way he could start. If he learns to play it, it's going to take time to grow at that position. But I could see, what? Okay, Ringo's on the field. Wait, why is he lining up here? He's playing a little off coverage, looking like that third safety. I can see that. But let me know your 2 starters now. Ethan said, Mike, which rookie do you expect to shine the most? Rookie? Shine the most? I believe Nolan Smith. I think the impact is going to be felt by Jalen Carter, but Nolan Smith is going to shine. When he makes them sacks, when he makes them tackles for loss, when he does something on the field, it's going to shine. It's going to be like a, ooh. See, Carter's going to just be balling. They run up the middle for 2 yards, tackle by Carter. Run up the middle for only 1.5, tackle by Carter. He's going to do what he needs to do. He's going to be a cog in this defensive line. But the ooh and ah plays, they coming from Nolan. Don't forget, Cindy Brown could come in and get an interception week 1. That's a shine too. But I'm going to go Nolan Smith. So a lot of them said Blankenship and Edmunds. A lot of people keeping that respect on Blankenship. I like it. Kevon Wallace, underdog pick, says Kevin Perry. Robert said the only way I can see Ringo playing would be have to be so good at it, they would okay, it's your job. I hear you. Let me know. I hear you for sure. Nicholas said, I think Cindy Brown is going to surprise us all. Definitely. He has the opportunity to. I think, there's a scenario where Cindy Brown looks real good, but he still don't start because there's a scenario that Cindy Brown looks good, but Blankenship looks better. Cindy Brown looks good, but Terrell Edmunds just fits better next to Blankenship, right? I think if you had to drop the best of both worlds, if Cindy Brown is truly ready as the post safety, his game might fit next to Terrell Edmunds better than it fits. Brown and Edmunds might fit together better than Blankenship and Edmunds. For the simple fact that Blankenship, tackler, don't really got the athleticism to play the post, and you really don't want Terrell Edmunds to play the post. I think if you want to get the best out of Edmunds, you want to play him in the box. You want to blitz him. You want to use him in the backfield, this, that, and the third. So as soon as Brown can develop, right, and be that post safety, Brown and Blankenship and Brown and Edmunds fit better than Edmunds and Blankenship, but because of the, because of the fact that they got more experience and they're good players in their own, they're probably going to edge them out early, is what I'm saying. Michael said, what do you think about our linebacker room? Let's turn over to the linebacker room real quick. Fly Parks, and I said, woo, Fly Parks, and I think Sidney Brown end up backing up Avonte Maddox. Interesting. He can play corners for sure. T. Jones with the Edmonds and Blankenship as well. Let's move over to linebacker. Before we say we all know Nakobe Dean owns that room, right? Let's look at this real quick, and then I want to get your take on it and stuff like that. But let's look at this real fast. Back on June 1, right? We were talking about this. This is the one I found. Shout out to my guy, Brendan Deeg. He's been on the channel. We'll have him on again. Nakobe Dean is calling plays for the Eagles defense in their first open OTA practice. Desai is already showing the trust in him. We know that Nakobe Dean is LB1. We know that Nakobe Dean is wearing the green dot. We know that he is going to be the captain or the play caller in this defense, right? We know that. Now, linebacker 2 is who we don't know. I will say this, though. Am I a full 100% believer in Davion Taylor if he's healthy? I saw some good stuff, but I need to see more. The Christian Ellis story sounds good. Sounds familiar, like a TJ Edwards, but I don't know until I fully see it. With them two as the options that were already on the team, that's cool. We did bring in Nicholas Morrow. Led the Bears in tackles, got a quick twitch. Sometimes he over pursues, but he's playing with a better defense. Does that help him? I say all that to say this. Nicholas Morrow has shown, I think there's potential there to be a quality guy next to Nakobe. I think there's potential in all three. And you hear what I said before. I'd rather have potential in all three, let them fight it out, and the coaches put the best one next to Nakobe, but at least it's not one guy. Like if it was Nicholas Morrow and then just guys who don't have no potential, well, Nicholas Morrow is going to walk himself into the starting spot next to Nakobe. But I do think there's going to be some pushback and fight with guys like Christian Ellis and Davion Taylor, who's got his last chance. Nakobe Dean, linebacker 1. I'm going to find out from y'all who you think linebacker 2 is going to be. And mind you, if Terrell Edmonds is playing the box a lot, boom, that helps out. You can use him as a hybrid, kind of hide any deficiencies, if there is, in the linebacker position. Guess what else? If Hassan Reddick is the monster we believe he is, BG's coming hard off the edge, you got Sweat, you got a bunch of guys off the edge. Nolan Smith was one of your first round picks. You can't let him sit on the bench. So when Nolan Smith ain't in a package to blitz, maybe Nolan Smith is in a package to play off-ball linebacker. He's done it a little bit at Georgia. He's pretty nice at it. I mean, he could do it. He got the speed, the twitch. I'm just saying, do I want him to play there all day, every day? No, because he's meant to rush the passer. But if you're telling me Nolan Smith, go to the sideline and get off the field when he's not pass rushing, or when he's not pass rushing, play off-ball linebacker a little bit, I don't know. However, before we get y'all take on who's going to be number 2, this was a little long drawn out, actually. It happens sometimes. Letter grade on the position as a whole. You might think Nakobe himself might be a high letter grade. But whoever you think is number 2, that's going to, an A and a C makes it to be a B-. You know what I mean? That being said, 3 linebackers will play sometimes. But this league has transitioned to a lot of nickel, a lot of dime. So you'll see 3 linebackers maybe 2 or 3 times a game, goal line situations, but it's going to be the majority 2 linebackers, 3 safeties, 2 linebackers, 4 DBs. But what is your letter grade for the starting linebackers? Whoever they are, I'm going to ask you that question next. but I want to see what y'all take is on the starting linebackers. We've been live for 50 minutes. We'll be live for about an hour and 15. We got about 25 minutes left. Let's see if we can get this to 200 likes. Can we get 100? What I'm saying? Can we get 57 more likes? 57 more likes. Let's get it to 200. Bahama Eagle, C. Eddie, C. David, C. Okay, Michael Heff with the first D-. Mikey T, C+. Joseph Tice said, Dean is going to ball out. I bought his jersey last year. He was my pick out the draft. I wanted him in the second round. When we got Jurgens, I was okay with it. I was happy because I heard it was a Kelsey pick, and then I did my due diligence on him. But yes, I was screaming to Kobe Dean in the second. When we got him in the third, I was extra hype. A lot of C's. And this is why I got respect for Eagle Nation. We talk with our thinking caps on as much as we think with our Eagle hats on, for sure. Mean Dean with the green dot on the helmet. I like it. Martin says C+. Raymond, C. Diamond Crew, C+. Sydney family said Christian Ellis, maybe a mover. Could be. A lot of C+. A lot of C, C+. We got one D-. Zach said it's a C, but it could be a B. And that's what I think. I think you're going to have to give this linebacker room a C, C-, around there. C-ish. But at the end of the day, during the season, just like the Madden ratings, Madden got Jalen Hurts at an 88. Fifth best quarterback in the NFL. Well, guess what, Madden? By week 4, week 5, Jalen Hurts would have shown you that he's better than the 88. And because of that, they're going to move him to 90, 91. Hopefully our linebacker group shows us that we gave him a C 3 days before the start of training camp. We gave him a C. But by week 4 or 5, maybe we propping him to a B. Maybe we're propping him to a B. T. Jones, Stacy Simple, Sydney family, all C, C, C+. I like it. I like it. Now, give me your starter next to Nakobe Dean. Nicholas Morrow, Christian Ellis, Davion Taylor. I believe it's a true open door competition. Maybe Christian Ellis opened eyes of the coaching staff because of what he did early in OTAs. Maybe Nicholas Morrow got a little eye from the coaching staff because we brought him over here for a reason. Maybe Davion Taylor's getting a little push from Howie Roseman to the coaching staff like, hey, we drafted him. Can you just at least check him out and see what we got? We brought in Davion Taylor's linebacker coach. They're familiar with each other. Who's the guy starting next to Nakobe Dean? First up, Mark says Morrow. Jacob with the Morrow. Diamond Crew, Morrow. Ain't nobody riding the Christian Ellis hype train. Choo choo. Y'all getting up off that. Okay, Michael Heff with the Ellis. Eagle has Landon Morrow. Joseph Tice with the Davion Taylor. Jay said Joshua gonna ball. He needs to be a 90 on Madden. Hey, mark my words. He got 11 sacks last year. He's getting 13 plus this year. 13 plus, JJ. Sydney family said, is Baker still available? Possibly. Bahama Eagle said Morrow. Martin Perez said, hey, Philly Mike, remember this text. Patrick Queen. Remember this text. Patrick Queen, 3-year deal. Hey. I still think there's a possibility we add there too. Morrow because he's going to attack the ball, says Mikey T. Davis said Ellis. Trey said the NFL season is going to be lit. I totally agree with that 100%. Big Hood Life said Ellis. Sydney family said Queen, nice. T. Jones said the list of names scare me. I'm going to go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Catch a Davion Taylor by the toe. I ain't mad at that. Zach said Morrow. He's a tackling machine. Peter said Joseph Tice. What's going on? I appreciate it. 235 in the building. Trying to check the temperature of Philly as it pertains to some of these training camp battles. if you were here earlier, the first 30 to 40 minutes, the first 30 to 35, 40 minutes, I do all the talking. I still read the chat occasionally, super chats for sure. But I got to get what I came here to talk about. But then after 40 minutes of doing my talking, we stay about an hour 15. The latter half of a live stream is all you guys. We read and talk. Y'all change the conversation by just typing on the keyboard. A lot of Morrow, though. I thought there would be a little bit more Christian Ellis. There was some Christian Ellis for sure. I thought there would be a little bit more. But hey, I think Morrow might get it. You did bring him over here for a reason. Now, someone said Devin White. It's going to be hard to pull him price range, but Patrick Queen is still 100% a option. 1,000% something that Howie Roseman is going to be looking at. Again, Howie, looking at the linebackers. What if he's saying the same thing I'm saying? I don't know how good they are. Maybe I should wait. Training camp is going to reinsure us, the coaching staff, Howie, on, whoa. This defense is nice, but we are missing this. Whoa. So I think that the upside of an Ellis, of a Nicholas Morrow, of a Davion Taylor should be, you should feel comfortable going into camp with seeing who's the best second guy out of them three. But best believe, if Morrow's getting cooked and Taylor can't even stay healthy and Ellis is like, hey, I was just chilling in OTAs. I don't know what I'm doing now. Best believe Howie Roseman going to pick up that phone and be like, Patrick Queen, you're not going to re-sign him. Y'all just pay Roquan Smith. Remember that dinner party in 1997? Remember that? I got some info on you. You better give them to me cheap. I'm just saying. Alex said maybe someone not on the roster yet. Totally agree. It could be. Totally agree. Andre said Philly Nation and Louisville. Shout out to you. Keisha, what's going on? Hugh said Ellis, but my dark horse is Von Summerin. Shout out to Von Summerin, UDFA. Hey, just because you undrafted don't mean you don't got talent. Eli Ricks should have been drafted. Blankenship, UDFA. Played 10 games, started 4 for us. Came in clutch, now has an opportunity to be a starting safety for a Super Bowl contender. AB3 said, be crazy if they try Nolan there like Cards was messing around with Isaiah Simmons. Could be good, but it could be bad. Yes, I don't want to interrupt what he does as a pass rusher and a run stopper, but I will say this. If you're telling me week 1 that Nolan Smith is going to get 12 plays at pass rusher, but could have got 16 plays if 12 were rushing the passer and 4 of them were dropping back in coverage, I want Nolan Smith on the field as much as possible, especially in preseason games. So, again, what do I rather Nolan Smith do? Do what he does, Joker, Von Miller position, still be a pass rusher. He's a linebacker that's a pass rusher. But if he got to play off ball a little bit just to stay on the field, and he can do it, which I've seen a little bit, he got a pick in his career in Georgia. 4.3 speed can track down anybody. I'm not saying he got to guard tight ends and wide receivers in the slot, but go out there and get that running back in the flats. He can do it. We'll see. Shout out to my guy, Philly Fresh in the building, channel member, and 1/3 of the Battle Birds podcast. We stink at keeping up with Battle Birds podcast in the offseason, but we don't miss a pre-game show. So every single Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whenever the Philadelphia Eagles play, about an hour and a half before the Eagles kick off, you can find Philly Mike, Philly Fresh, and Gate City Battle Birds podcast, all 3 channels. That will never change. Where you need to be an hour before the game is with the 3 amigos. And we do got to link up all together, meaning content creators and y'all at a game. We got to get to a game. But real quick, let's see if we got MVPs in the chat. We need, I think it's eeny, meeny, we need 36 more likes. 34 more likes. 34 more likes to get to 200. Sydney Family said, love Nolan Smith energy. I love it. I love it. My man's walking in NFL films. With the Brian Dawkins scream. I love it. Mikey T said, who's going to be the kick return / punt return? Because Covey ain't it. That's one thing. I would have loved to just draft that athlete, that crazy athlete that can't play wide receiver fully or can't do, like, we need to get our version of what Dallas got in that Turpentine guy, right? It's going to be something to see, but I don't think, hey, right now, I still am a firm believer that you should give Quez Watkins an opportunity, right? He's not going to be able to catch a lot of passes. He's behind A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. And he might be behind Olamide Zaccheaus, although I believe Quez is going to be wide receiver 3. But in hindsight, that's wide receiver 3 is still pass catcher 4. Maybe pass catcher 5 if you throw DeAndre Swift in the mix. All that being said, to get him touches, let Quez return punts. Let Boston Scott return kicks. If I had to pick who's on the roster right now, I would try that at training camp and joint practices in the preseason. A Quez Watkins, Boston Scott combo. Boston Scott's not going to get in the game that much. Not with Swift, Penny, and Kenny, as long as health stays there. Boston, you're not going to get in the game that much. Kick return. Quez, you catching deep balls, and that's about it. Punt return. I'm just saying. JJ said Milton Williams and Carter. Just think about that. Listen, Milton Williams, 4 sacks, underrated 2022 season. We had him on GOAT Talk. Philly, Mike, LB, Milton Williams, we talked to him. He's ready. D-tackles show who they really are in the NFL year 3. He's coming into year 3. I'm excited. He's going to be a part of this rotation. Milton Williams, surprisingly, was really good against the run. Really good. And that's still something I need to see. Like, Packers were running all over us. The Commanders ran all over us. Teams came back like the Lions and the Cowboys the first time. The second half with the run, Pacheco ran on us. We got to stop the run. And that's where I think Carter is going to come in heavy with Jordan Davis as well. We know who Jordan Davis is as a run stopper, right? But when I look at the Carter versus Hargrave, 11 sacks is hard to duplicate, but Carter's going to be better than Hargrave against the run. Not a better overall player or not a better pass rusher in year 1. Now, Carter has the opportunity to be the guy. Like, Hargrave has been in the league for a minute, and he finally had his best year. And again, he was a little absent against the run. So now you got a guy in Carter who can do both. You got Jordan Davis healthy. Stopping the run is big. You stop the run on 1st and 2nd. You make them pass on 3rd. When it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 11. When it's 3rd and 7 plus, we can send the dogs. When it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, now you got to worry about the ground and pound up the middle, bootleg, roll out, dump off. You worry. The playbook is wide open. When it's 3rd and 10 and longer, I should say, the dogs are coming. The dogs are coming. So we got to shut down that run. Q said Boston Scott will be the returner. I like him at kick return. Nicholas said, I saw you at the Redskins last year. You was on one. Hey, yes, I was. Listen, if I'm at the game, I'm on one. If I'm streaming the game live play-by-play, I'm on one. Appreciate you, though. T. Jones said Boston definitely should run kicks, probably punts as well. Quez don't like getting hit. He going to have to learn. And again, I wouldn't just throw him out there week 1. I would definitely want to see what he got in preseason and joint practices. Brian also said Watkins is too scared. Well, he got to listen. You got to tell him straight up, look, if you want to touch the ball more, pause, you got to return punts. You're just not going to be the go-to guy in the passing game. Miss Ash said, I definitely want to see consistent run stopping. Facts. That just lets the dogs do what they got to do on third down. Howie robbery. RB death chart, in my opinion. Swift, Gainwell, Penny, Scott, Kenneth paid his dues. Give him a chance. Howie robbery. I was talking about that before you got up in here, I believe. So the same thing, man. This dude was speaking at the podium like, look, I'm going to play more this year than I did last year. And now Miles Sanders was the lead back. He was the second back. So he's saying he's going to play more this year than last year. So he's not going from 2 to 3 and playing more. I'm just saying, he's not going from 2 to 3 to play more. I'm not saying he's going to 1, but maybe Swift is not asked to carry as much as Miles Sanders did last year due to his injury status. I'm just saying, like, I think people are really looking at Kenny G like he's going to be a once-in-a-while guy, and I think he's going to be more than once in a while. I really do see I really do see the running back room along the lines of, dang, Kenny led the running back room this week. Now it was Swift. Now it's Penny, and now it's Kenny. Now it's Penny. Now it's Swift. Now it's Swift. Now it's Kenny. Now it's Penny. I'm just saying. Eddie said, if Davis can play more than a few plays without needing a break, we can be a great run stop team. I agree. He got to do that. But, you know, he's never looked more focused. Only known him for 2 years as the Eagle. But he knows what he needs to do. He felt the long season of an NFL, the NFL grind. Figured out what he needed to figure out. Looks slimmed down. Still looks like a monster of a man. The dude's putting his arm around Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is a grown man. But when he's next to Jordan Davis, it looks like my little brother. It's crazy. Michael said dogs are coming all day long. Yes, listen. And I don't want nobody saying, listen, you know how I do, right? When we do the live play-by-plays, right? We got the roots, we got the Eagles chant, we got the cheers, we got the shame, we got the MVP. We gonna have the who let the dogs out and the barking. We gonna have that. We going in 2023. The sound effects for winning, losing, comebacks, funny, sad, drama-filled, we're going to have a lot of sound effects. But the Who Let the Dogs Out is coming to a live stream Sunday near you. Shout out to my guy 4133, the pod in the building. Go check out his channel. Check it out. He does live streams. I'm already cooked at 1:08. This man didn't even hit scratch halftime at 1:08. Nicholas said Watkins got to show the dog this year. If not, Oz takes his spot 100%. Peter said Kenny G and his hurt season. I'm with you. Sydney family said Howie's stand over man with all these hits. He's a stand over man. I like it. Mikey T said, what games am I going to this year? I'm not even sure yet. I got to figure something out. And I do want to talk to a lot of content creators. I want to get that one big bang attack for all my Dragon Ball Z fans in the building. You know what I mean? For all my DBZ fans. I want to get that big collab at a game. And when we all figure out the game we're going, hopefully y'all can get to that game as well. But shout out to my guy, D-Dragon, Dontello Dragon with the $2 super chat.
EAGLES Eagles!
DMX barking? Hey, I like that too. And listen, y'all got a creative mind. If y'all have any ideas for sound effects for when we're beating teams, doing this, that, and the third, let me know. Always drop little nuggets in my comment section because I consider what y'all say seriously. And follow me on Twitter. We talk football almost every day. We talk real life stuff. So if you rock with the Eagles content, you'll find more of it on Twitter. I'm not live or I'm not doing a video every second of the day, but I'm sharing weird and crazy football thoughts on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Also, you know what I mean? If you rock with your boy Philly Mike as a person, you know what I mean? My DMs is open. That being said, we almost at the hour and 15-minute mark. I like the DMX barking sound as a possibility. James Bradbury fitting to be a top 5 corner this year, I believe, says AB3. I wouldn't put it past him. Year 1 with the Eagles was amazing. All pro for a reason. You know, all pros, NFL analysts, and the NFL AP gives out all pros, and then all these PFF lists and this, that, and the third just throw them away when they don't want to put no respect on Bradbury's name. Linda said people need to do their due diligence on that nose tackle 0 position. History says that position does not compile stats if drawn doubles, triples plays, triple plays to loosen the other players. If he gets stats, gravy. Or stats, yes, I agree. Jordan Davis can make an impact in the game and have 3 tackles. 3 tackles. 4 or 5 tackles. But you're looking at it like, dang, Jordan Davis was a monster because of what he was doing, freeing up Sweat, B.G. Fletch, Carter, Nolan Smith, Hassan Reddick. The list go on and on and on. Eagles Uncut said DBZ all the way. You already know. Now, look, I do want to drop these little nuggets real quick because a lot of people in the comment section be like, Philly Mike, where's the roots? Where's the flowers? Where's all the stuff? And so, you know, before we get up out of here, you know, we got to drop that stuff. But we going to be doing live streams a lot more. I'm going to be having collabs weekly. And y'all know the schedule when the season starts. If you just started following me this offseason, this is year 3 or 4 doing this. You know what I mean? Sunday's a live play, Sunday pregame. Our show with my guys, Battlebird Podcast pregame. Then the live play-by-play. Then a postgame. Monday reaction. Tuesday, whatever news pops out. Wednesday, all 22. Thursday, the preview for who we play next week. Friday, injury report. Saturday, I don't know, sometimes a call-in stream, blah, blah, blah. Then we repeat. Sunday, pregame, live play, postgame. But Monday reaction, Tuesday news, Wednesday, all 22, Thursday, preview for next week, Friday, Football Friday, injury report, rinse and repeat for 17 beautiful weeks. Beautiful weeks. So subscribe, but don't just subscribe. Ding the bell. Because some of y'all just popping in at the hour and 12-minute mark. But someone like Ethan, someone like Miss Ash, 2 people that I see in the chat right now that were also in the chat before I even went live. You know what I mean? True notification gang in the building right now. Miss Ash, Ethan. Some of y'all were here for about 50 minutes, but you know what I'm saying? So make sure you hit that notification bell and double check it. We literally need one more like. One more like to get to 200. Let's play the Flowers song.
Flowers everywhere.
We love the Flower Girl, and we got to do the roots. There have been times, if you've been here in the live stream, dang, the Eagles' offense is stagnant. We play the roots, and guess what happened? Touchdown, Birds.
Keep that roots going, baby! Let's go, 3! 1, 2, 3, roots!
So, you know, we trying to get ready. But like I said, man, we were live for an hour and 13 minutes. The first 30 to 40 minutes, I do all the talking on all my key points. After the 35, 40-minute mark, it's Read the Chat Central. Make sure you're here for the live stream. I only did one live stream this whole month by myself. We'll see me live with other Eagle content creators. Dave Spadero, I just talked to him yesterday on the phone. I said, I don't want to get Dave Spadero on before training camp. Why? So he can tell us what we've been talking about. We got to see who this is. We got to see who this is. No. So I said, hey, Dave, after 3 or 4 solid days of training camp, you know what I mean? Come through. And so we're going to have Dave Spadero back on. And listen, Keely Ringo hit me up twice now for a Philly Dog shirt. I don't think he knows about the hats. But Keely Ringo hit me up twice for a Philly Dog shirt. He gonna get it. But I'm trying, and you see, and listen, and we seen him, right? We seen him here. We didn't see him here, but we seen Ringo doing stuff like this. Let me see. Oh, I took the video away. Ringo working. I think every day now you see a Ringo workout video. So listen, if he's working hard to get right and he can't find time to get on the show, I ain't mad at the game. But Keely, we need you to get on the show. I want to ask him personally. I want to be the first one to ask him how he feels about safety. Me and LB, you need to get on Go Talk. But he asked me 2 times. Extra large, he said. I'm sending the Philly Dog hat too. But you know what I mean? Hopefully when it arrives to him, then he hits me back up like, hey, yo, thanks for the shirt. That's when I'm like, yo, training camp, you know what I mean? You already put your work in. Hop on. Hop on. But until next time, y'all know what time it is. Wait, Michael says, sorry, Mike just got home from work. Hey, listen, when you come in late, look, life is life. Even people who got the notification bell rung can't always be here. And listen, I ain't mad if you miss an episode or two. I ain't mad if you had to take a whole month away from watching me, as long as you always come back. You know what I mean? Because we a family. But man, work, life, kids, wife, husband, stuff like that, take priority for sure. Much love and respect to all y'all. I really do. Got mad love. You know what I mean? That's why we be that's why we be doing a little action. And y'all be seeing me live make a fool out of myself. Because I'm comfortable with y'all. You know what I mean? Comfortable with y'all. Until next time, we will be breaking down in depth everything that happens in training camp. From what I can see and from what beat writers say. And we will have Dave Spadero, who's going to be watching everything with his eyes. So this time, if he tells us somebody broke a sled, I'm going to be like, are you sure? Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We are out. Peace.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we scream and fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Yeah, this is Philly